When we think of Puerto Rico's history, we often imagine a struggle carried only by Puerto Ricans, but not every hero of our past was born on our island. This is the story of Manuel Rojas, a Venezuelan immigrant, revolutionary, and the military leader of the Grito de Lares, Puerto Rico's first major uprising for self-determination. Born in Venezuela around 1831, Manuel Rojas came from a land already shaped by revolution and Bolivar's dream of a united Latin America. He eventually settled in Lares, Puerto Rico, where he became a coffee planter and landowner. But Rojas was more than a businessman. He was a believer in justice. He witnessed the suffering of Puerto Rican workers under colonial rule and knew something had to change. So when the time came to rise up, he didn't hesitate. In the late 1860s, Puerto Rican exiles like Ramón Emeterio Betances and Segundo Ruiz Belvis were organizing a secret movement from abroad. Their goal to liberate Puerto Rico from Spanish rule. Rojas joined their cause, offering not only his support but his own plantation, El Triunfo, as a base to store weapons, train rebels, and plan the attack. When the day arrived, it was Manuel Rojas who was chosen to lead the military operation. On September 23, 1868, Rojas led nearly 400 fighters into Lares. They captured the town, declared the Republic of Puerto Rico, and raised the revolutionary flag. They freed enslaved people, distributed food, and read aloud their Declaration of Independence. For one day, Puerto Rico was free. But the Spanish army quickly retaliated. The rebellion was crushed within 24 hours and Rojas was captured. Though sentenced to death, his punishment was reduced to exile in Venezuela, where he lived out his final days far from the island he had adopted as his own. Now, let us pause. This video is not intended to glorify independence as a modern-day solution. The National Puerto Rico and Spain Initiative does not support independence as the viable path for our people today. Instead, we strongly advocate for reunification with Spain under a democratic, autonomous framework, a model supported by Spain's 1978 Constitution, which guarantees autonomy, civil rights, and representation. So why tell the story of Manuel Rojas? Because, history is about understanding, not judgment. We share this to help our people realize that our fight for dignity and respect was never just Puerto Rican. It was joined by Dominicans, Cubans, Venezuelans, and even New Orleanians. The Grito de Lares shows that Puerto Rico has always been part of something larger, a Caribbean and Latin American dream for justice. But today, we must also understand the realities of the 21st century. Independence, while noble in history, is no longer the practical or secure path for Puerto Rico. What we need now is autonomy within a modern democratic Spain that already recognizes regional governments like Catalonia, the Canary Islands, and the Basque Country. We revisit figures like Manuel Rojas not to reopen wounds or endorse outdated ideologies, but to honor the sacrifices, recognize the regional solidarity, and help our community make informed choices about our future. We cannot be prisoners of the past, but we must learn from it. We must remember that judging Spain for what happened 500 years ago does nothing to solve today's problems. Modern Spain is a constitutional democracy offering rights, protections, and autonomy that Puerto Ricans have never had under U.S. colonial status. The story of Manuel Rojas reminds us that love for Puerto Rico can come from anyone, anywhere, even a Venezuelan who gave up everything for our freedom. Let us carry that same spirit forward, not toward division, but toward a new chapter with Spain, one that brings autonomy, dignity, and representation to every Puerto Rican on the island and in the diaspora. Manuel Rojas. El venezolano que gritó por Puerto Rico para que un día Puerto Rico pudiera hablar por sí mismo. Puerto Rico, open your eyes, subscribe, like, share, and press the notification button for more content. See you soon.